Salut tout le monde! Allez, on est reparti sur Stranding 2 on the beach. C'est parti, à vos manettes, à vos claviers. Alors, juste avant que Sam n'arrive au fort relais de l'Ouest, un homme mystérieux portant un masque rouge apparaît devant lui et provoque. Tu sais absolument que dalle. Ah ouais, mais ça, je l'avais déjà lu sur la dernière. Alors, il devrait bientôt être possible d'étendre le réseau chiral jusqu'à l'observatoire oriental du Nord. Nous fournira le matériel nécessaire à la restauration de la mine. Livrer ces matériaux au terminal de la mine. Donc le DHV Magellan. Ouais, c'est bizarre quand même. Alors. Alors. Ah, il faudrait quand même que je fasse ça aussi. Et rétablir le réseau. Ouais, ça. Alors. En fait. Donc ça c'est récupéré. Ouais, voyons voir. Alors. Alors, ça.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Mais bien sûr.
Quick detected. Intensity. G scale. 7. Now leaving dial network coverage.
Bon, alors, matériel sélection se redonne, ah mince. Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais? Tous les normes ont été fournis.
Well done, Sam. I've never seen a working monorail before. Think of all the stuff it could carry. All right then, why don't we extract some materials?
Ah, mine.
Very good, Sam. Now all you have to do is load the extracted materials onto the monorail for transport. Let's begin by accessing that delivery terminal.
Alors, utiliser le monorail. Charger le monorail de marchandises et de véhicules ou monter à bord. Vous pouvez aussi envoyer le monorail depuis ce terminal. Vas-y, améliorer marine. Stockage. On va voir. Utiliser le monorail. Déjà, faut que je sache. Établir le monorail, livrer des habitages spéciaux. Ok. Tac, 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 option de placement. Transporteurs flottants en cours d'utilisation seront détachés. Si vous souhaitez emporter un transporteur flottant et sa marchandise à bord d'un navire, vous devrez les porter à la main. On va voir. Expédier. Une des marchandises. Attends, une des marchandises. Attends, Marchandises x10. Ah ouais. Faut que je prenne. Attends. Je me suis chié, je sais pas pourquoi. Alliages spéciaux. Alors, utiliser le monorail. Quatre, six. Alors, 2, 4, 6, 7. Donc,
That's no good.
mais non, le problème, c'est pas ça.
Let's get a move on.
Et donc, l'autre, il est quoi? Il y a un truc que je comprends pas. Combien il y a là? Essayer des matériaux à la mine. D'accord. Est-ce que je peux en extraire? Ah, attends. Ah, je croyais que j'avais oublié quelque chose. Ok. Et on appuie.
Let's get a move on.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais? Oh là! Tout ça pour ça. Alors. Et moi, je voulais quoi? Récupérer.
Good as new to me.
Merde. Ah mince. Ok, t'as compris? C'est quoi ce bug? Ah bon.
actually managed to restore the monorail. Awesome. With it back up and running, you'll be able to transport materials from the mines. Right. Sorry. Let's take a look at these materials you brought. Would you look at all this? I think it's safe to say we'll have nothing to worry about for a while.
Ok. Données du véhicule. Un pick-up tout-terrain.
It feels as though we're always leaning on you for support. Please allow us to return the favor with this data.
Transporteur flottant niveau 2. 900 kilos.
Just wanted to let you know that we're increasing the amount of materials you can withdraw.
Now display your current order grade.
Amélioration. Augmenter le nombre total de contrats.
Oh, here's a little something extra as thanks. I got them just for you. Figured they'd suit your style. They sure weren't easy to come by. A real collector's item, I hear.
La donnée d'équipement pilon. Des lunettes de soleil faisant partie de la collection Gent.
We really appreciate your help. At the risk of stating the obvious, it's going to take an awful lot of resources to restore the other roads and monorails to working order. But at least with this monorail operational, you can bring us large shipments of materials with relatively minimal effort. That's going to go a long way towards getting other sections up and running again. We can fabricate pickup off-roaders now, by the way. I'm pretty fond of them myself. It's a large four-wheel drive vehicle, boasts significant cargo carrying capacity for the hard-working porter. The driver's seat is in an elevated position and exposed by design. This allows the driver to survey their surroundings more easily and engage enemies with small arms if necessary. You can customize it quite a bit too, attach all kinds of different parts as you like. That said, a lot of parts are still in development, but you'll receive their data as soon as it's ready. The schematics for this vehicle have already been shared with everyone on the Chiral network, which means that we can look forward to other people drafting even more new parts. Sure, the monorail network was extensive and once stretched across a good chunk of Australia's coastline. But repeated exposure to timefall has seen it degrade significantly. And with the constant threat of BTs and armed groups, it's not been possible to repair the damage. If you happen to come across a track layer, be sure to feed it any materials you can spare. Even a small contribution will make a difference. Anyway, just something to think about.
Ok.
We're so grateful for the assistance, Sam. You've been a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day.
You managed to save the day, Sam. The people here now have more than enough supplies for their needs. They should be able to prepare cargo for the next delivery too. But first, I have some information to share with you about Lou. Return to the DHV Magellan so we can talk.
Order complete. Well done.
Attends. Alors attends.
Hey, Sam. How's it going? I have updates for you, if you have time.
I take it you've learned more about Lou?
We followed up on the message Detman left for you at the lab. About how there was another BB-28, not Lou, who, according to the records, was decommissioned 4 years ago. The first time you and Lou met was about 2 years ago now, when you were entrusted with a BB previously issued to Bridges Corp's disposal. And together, the two of you made it all the way across North America.
Deadman and everyone else at Bridges, they all called Lou BB-28.
Right. Because that was Lou's serial number. You see, we found the records for the BB storage facility. By cross-referencing the data, we confirmed that after BB-28 was decommissioned 4 years ago, Lou was assigned the same designation and placed into storage.
So what you're telling me is that instead of getting a new serial number, Lou inherited an old one?
As for Lou's mother, following the C-section, it seems she passed away. And that pretty much is the extent of our recent discoveries. Without a still mother to provide support, it makes sense that Lou was kept in reserve. But we still have no idea who approved the serial number reassignment, much less why they did it.
Higgs said there were things I didn't know. Maybe this is what he was talking about.
I think it could be.
I want to know everything about Lou.
You're playing his games then. Chasing after the past is what Higgs wants you to do.
I need to know where Lou came from. I have to know.
If you're sure, Sam, I'll keep digging. In the meantime, you should get plenty of rest before the next mission.
Alors. Ouais.
transport not to take on the relevant manual order.
Sam, seems Tarman decided to leave a few books for you. They're right there by your bed. Reading is a wonderful way to take your mind off things. Trust me. There are organisms in this area that I don't believe I've ever laid eyes on before. My understanding is that they're called chiral creatures, and they come in all shapes and sizes. Apparently, they will drain your batteries if you come into contact with them. There may be other deleterious effects for all we know. And really, you shouldn't be bothering them anyway. There's nothing to be gained from it. It's not like they drop coins when defeated. That's Tarman's son. He must have placed the photograph in here for safekeeping. This is an important memento. Why don't we go and take it to him?
I found this picture in your book. Is this your son? Thank you. Yes. He's still out there somewhere, borne along on the currents, with this right hand of mine. It's due to my connection with said missing piece that I can read the movements of the tar. Something akin to a phantom pain. You want to hear the story? Sure. I was both a medical doctor and a geophysics researcher once upon a time. In those days, the tar currents were a key focus of mine. This ship was originally built to facilitate my studies, in fact. The deep tar hunting vessel Magellan, we named it. A ship perfectly suited to pursuing the creatures that thrive in the tar's depths. Another avenue of research, you might say. We called them chiral mammals, for lack of a better name. Seemed like the closest fit. Reckoned if we caught one, we could figure out all the mysteries. The tar, the tides, hell, maybe even the stranding.
Whoa, she's a big one.
Dip yourself in, son.
Car's looking calm. I'll be fine, Pop. You seeing this? I think she's pregnant. Hey, Pop. This is weird.
Stop! And just like that, the tar took my boy and my hand along with him. At first, I thought this little guy was my son reborn.
If I may ask a question, the hunters that attacked you after you got the chiral mammal, are you sure they came from within the creature's womb?
Yes, that said, I'm not of the opinion that the hunters were its offspring.
Its womb merely served as a gateway to the other side.
Indeed, the tar and the beach are connected.
Ok. Bon.
Was transferred to a sterilized pod and sent to a separate facility. Ready to proceed with corpse disposal? One.
Voyons voir ça. T'as pas quelque chose à me dire, toi?
Sam, your next destination is the Northern Environmental Observatory. Like its Western counterpart, this observatory is a critical facility that will help us to monitor the changes taking place in the Australian environment. To bring it online, you'll have to navigate the canyon to the northeast of your current position. But before that, you'll need to link up another site en route.
Sam, the next site we want you to link up is called Rainbow Valley. A friend of Drawbridge is waiting for you there. Once the network connection has been established, they'll be joining us on the DHV Magellan. I recruited them myself when we first met in the UCA. You can pick up the order from the delivery terminal. I'm looking forward to seeing you both. Thanks again, Sam.
Allez. voir. Que j'arrive. Ça c'est moi ça. Livrer l'équipement. Ah ouais. Et il faut que je voie un truc.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Où c'est qu'il est le fusil d'émerveillé? Ah, il est là. Ouais, donc ce qu'il me faut. Ok.
Order accepted. Thank you.
Sam, your cargo has suffered catastrophic damage. You can't complete the order.
Oh là 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 là, qu'est-ce que c'est ça? J'ai à peine touché que ça s'est... Ça, c'est bon. Ok.
I can sense this. Be on your guard for BTs.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Sam, your cargo is beyond repair. You
Ah,
can't
yeah.
complete the order.
Donc, du coup, qu'est-ce qu'il fait? D'accord. Ça veut dire qu'il faut que je passe par ailleurs. Non? Alors, juste un truc.
message.
Good morning, team. Drawbridge credentials verified. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Ouais. Alors, livrer.
Hold on a minute. Are you Sam? So does this mean the drawbridge has finally come to the valley? Thank you. I'm glad you could make it. It's an honor to welcome you here. The cargo's in fine condition. Perfect, even. We'll be hoping to see more of you in the future. The next step involves a Cupid, yeah? Okay then, let's do this.
Ok. Ah, du coup, données d'armes, canon à poids. Ce dispositif sert principalement à atteindre des incendies en aspergeant les flammes de poids décontaminées, mais permet aussi d'assommer les humains et de neutraliser les plus petits ennemis. Déployer le canon pour le fixer au sol et le ravitailler en boy, mais notez que le boy qu'il projette a un effet revitalisant.
Now display your current porter grade.
The connection looks strong and steady to me. That cargo you brought along is going to make a world of difference, too. It'll allow us to proceed with our terraforming initiative. Hopefully, no more towns will have to suffer the fate of the one down below us. We've shared our tar cannon data with everyone, by the way. I suspect you'll find it useful in your own work. Try it out. See if it suits your needs. You probably passed the town I mentioned on your way up here. At a glance, it might look like nothing more than a cluster of massive boulders. But those were once buildings. Places where people used to live. As the desert kept creeping closer, the town was abandoned overnight. They'd been forced to evacuate. The few who were left behind became BTs. Still, at least the exodus went to plan. There are no void outs at any rate. Tar cannons are invaluable pieces of equipment that we use to combat forest fires. While fires are a common occurrence in this region, water is a precious resource. So these cannons were developed as extinguishers that utilize the tar contained within the earth itself. They leverage the tar's viscosity, making them one of the most effective methods of combating fire we have. When deployed on the ground, they can both extract and discharge tar simultaneously. You can pick up the cannon and use it on the go as well, but you'll be unable to refill its tar reservoir while doing so. If you find yourself caught in a wildfire, you'll need to figure out when to shoot and when to move in order to make it out alive. This region was once filled with lush vegetation, over which birds soared and serenaded, till all that beautiful life fell prey to sudden desertification. We swore to do everything in our power to bring back what was lost. Around the time we got started, the APAC people showed up. With their help, we've been able to achieve a modest measure of success. But moving forward, we have to find a way to nurture and protect what little we have on our own. Thanks for everything, Sam. You and Drawbridge have helped ensure that these lands will one day be filled with life again, however long it takes. In particular, that comrade of yours has performed absolute miracles for us. If you're looking to link up with them, you'll find them in the ravine on the other side of the river, directly opposite this shelter. Come back and visit anytime.
Order complete. Right. Time to meet up.
Attends.
Playing archived footage from this location.
Pas le manger, non? Euh... livrer les métaux. Alors, est-ce que c'est ça? Métaux, métaux, métaux. Métaux, métaux, métaux. Attends, on va voir. Ok. Ils veulent que j'aille à l'observatoire. Bon. Gestion des marchandises.
Disengaging weapons restriction.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais? N'importe quoi.
This river's rising, Sam. We mustn't underestimate the potential risks here.
Non, mais attends. Ah, la mince. Alors, attends. Pourquoi tu... Ah, mais je crois que... Attends. Alors attends, parce que moi, il faut pas que je passe faire les poils là.
cargo's been completely destroyed.
J'ai rien fait du tout.
There's no point in continuing.
Qu'est-ce que c'est ce bordel? Qu'est-ce qui lui arrive là?
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Sam. Okay.
Marqué rejoindre vos collègues. Ça doit être ça. Non, je pensais que rejoindre des collègues, c'était ça. Apparemment non. C'est peut-être ça. C'est marrant que... Ouais, bizarre quand même. Ouais. Faut intéresser. Ouais, c'est clair. J'ai mes bottes qui sont HS. Attends, fais un détour. Va faire tes bottes. Trajet. Ah, j'ai plus de bottes. Faut que je... Allô, oui, bonjour. Alors, des bottes. Ah, ça ira beaucoup mieux, je pense. Voilà. N'importe quoi.
Nice repair job. She's practically sparkling.
Ah, joindre les collègues. Pourquoi il me dit ça? Attends. C'est juste un truc là. Non, sérieux? Sérieux. J'étais juste à côté. Pourtant, j'ai cherché. En plus, il m'a dit monter. Ah là là.
And just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun. And I said I didn't like the way he got things done. Sleeping on the job, those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they send to me won't defeat me. It won't be long till happiness does something with me. Raindrops falling on my head, but that doesn't mean my eyes will soon be turning red. Crush it not for me, 'cause I'm never gonna stop the rain like I'm bringing. Because I'm free, nothing worrying me.
Think I spooked her? I really couldn't say. I certainly haven't ever seen her dance like that before.
It won't be long till happiness steps up to greet me.
Go on, Sam. Follow her into that facility.
Oui, ça, j'avais compris.
Thanks for coming, Sam. I'm sorry about just now. Didn't know who you were at first.
You're the picture of health, Rainey.
You too, little man.
You got some kind of a trick for dealing with time, fella.
Rain, it's been too long.
Fragile.
Can't wait to see you again.
What are we waiting for, Sam? Let's head to the DHB, Magellan.
Drop, épisode 4.
Fragile. Hi.
Hi. Nice to meet the old-fashioned way. Carograms are great, but nothing beats a hug. But I'm sure you already know. This is Rainey. She's a good friend of the cause.
It really is a pleasure to meet you, Sam.
Nice to meet you, too.
Glad to see you in good health.
And it's so good to see you all again.
Sam, Charlie here. You may now undertake your next assignment. You can find the relevant main order by accessing the delivery terminal in Rainbow Valley.
Faudra que j'aille livrer ça. Il reste des trucs à faire quand même. Voilà. Donc, accepter une commande principale.
cargo is nearly ruined, Sam. Proceed with the utmost caution.
Non, sérieux.
Sam, your next order requires you to recover an escaped kangaroo, the subject of an important experiment. Seems the bushland area it hopped off to is one where the chiral density is extremely high, meaning you'll need to get it back to the animal shelter ASAP to ensure its safety. This is a ticking clock situation, Sam. I'll brief you on the details while you review your map. Accept the main order from this delivery terminal when you're ready to get underway. Hey Sam, Charlie here. Since this is your first order involving the capture and preservation of animals, allow me to provide additional information. The kangaroo you're looking for is somewhere in this area. Once you've arrived, use your Ultra deck to begin searching for the creature. You can transport the kangaroo in your standard issue animal carrier. No need to fabricate anything unique. Get close enough to the kangaroo and deploy the carrier to capture it. It will be a bulky piece of cargo, but you should be able to carry it on your back like any other container. However, you will need to traverse some heavily wooded mountains as well as rivers and uneven terrain. Bear this in mind when considering what equipment to take with you. All right, time to proceed with route planning and final preparations.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
See you. What in the world?
We have a situation, Sam. I'm tracking a fresh bushfire near the injured kangaroo's location. Clock's ticking. Secure the poor little bugger ASAP and bring the shelter onto the chiral network. Once the DHV Magellan can join you on site, we'll see what we can do about that fire.
Look out, Sam! Fire! We need
Oui,
to
oui,
get
j'ai
away
vu,
from
là.
here as quickly
Oh, non.
as possible.
Oh là là.
Sam, over there! I see the kangaroo. Get close enough to put it in an animal carrier for transport. All right, time to make our getaway.
Bon, qu'est-ce que tu fais? Oh là là, le con. Franchement.
This was marked as a dangerous location on your map. We could get trapped here by the bushfire. Keep moving. I'm sure that doesn't happen.
Okay, just a bit further now.
C'est plus très loin, ok, mais bon.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that you...
Alors, livrer le kangourou.
You must be Cap. We've heard all about you from your friends at Drawbridge. Go ahead and connect us to the chiral network.
Holo, grenade. Une grenade qui génère un leurre holographique. Ah, pour détourner l'attention, ok.
Thank you, Sam. Don't worry about the fire. Rainey will put it out for us.
Tell me though, who is she exactly?
It's been about 6 months now since I first heard about the girl who brought the rain.
Whenever I stepped outside, the timefall came. There was nothing that I could do to make it stop. And they hated me for it, including my parents, who told me to leave. I was the witch who brought the timefall. A monster to be locked up in a cage. A few even tried to burn me alive. The most dedicated witch hunters. So I struck out on my own. I was alone for so long. In desperation, I enrolled in a special UCA program, hoping to find purpose as a mother. Hi there. You're safe. But even after I got pregnant, I still couldn't find anyone willing to take me in.
this?
Don't want you here!
Leave us alone, fucking witch!
Stop!
Oh God! I'm sorry.
No!
You need to leave right now.
Please!
God, get out of here!
No one wanted anything to do with me. All they saw was a witch, to be hated and feared. Until that day. I'm so sorry.
Hey there. You're Rainier, aren't you?
Who's asking?
Someone who's been looking for you. For you and your power.
You want my power? Why?
You're a pharmacon. Medicine that can harm. Poison that can heal. It's all in how you use it. Want to come work for me? I believe you can save the world.
You do?
There are things only you can accomplish.
Only me. Really?
Really. My name's Fragile. And I'm happy we could finally meet. I'm here for you. For both of you. I'll be your umbrella. And together we'll show the world the hope in your reign. Come on. Who wouldn't want the baby to catch a cold? Come on.
Thank you. That was quite the display. Drawbridge is even more amazing than we'd heard. Thanks to everything you've done for us. The animals are unharmed and the facilities are holding up just fine. It's a wonderful relief. Anyway, I'll check your orders now. Kangaroo seems to be in fine spirits. You took good care of it, I can tell. hope you'll continue to work with us.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
The kangaroo you rescued seems to be all right, thank goodness. Oh, she's so very special to us, and we're relieved to have her back in one piece. Once she's had a bit more time to recuperate, we'll move her to the reserve next door where you can visit anytime you like. By the way, we've uploaded our decoy hollow grenade data to the network. You can trigger it remotely once thrown, creating a distraction that'll lure enemies away. It might just save your life if you run afoul of any troublemakers. Well, we first found her in an area with high concentrations of chiralium. How wild animals are affected by prolonged exposure is something we still don't understand completely. But it's thought this may be a key factor in how chiral creatures come into existence. So, you can see why our wee girl would be an invaluable research subject. It's where we look after the animals in our care. The vegetation around here didn't die out like elsewhere, and we still have a reliable water supply. After we screen each animal in our underground facilities, we release them into the reserve and monitor their health over time. When that kangaroo you rescued is strong enough, we'll move her up top where she'll be able to stretch her legs. That being said, changes in the environment can have a profound impact on many species, causing never-before-seen creatures to appear, throwing the ecosystem into chaos. Which is why we strive to preserve native animals here for future generations. Cheers, Sam. Really helped us out. At this rate, we're poised to lose so many native species that predate the death stranding. And once they're gone, there's no getting them back. Between the bushfires caused by chiral cinders and animals behaving strangely and getting hurt, it's been pretty bad. But I've heard that these environmental anomalies might be resolved once and for all when Australia is fully linked up. So I've got high expectations for you and your friends. Speaking of which, how would you feel about assisting us with our preservation efforts? It'd be a simple matter of capturing any wild animals you see out on their own and bringing them to us. Even a few would make a real difference. Give it some thought, eh?
Well done, Sam. Return to the DHV Magellan and report to the bridge. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about Rainey and her talents.
Order completed. Well done.
We owe you one. Till next time. Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Take care, Seth.
When she's outside, Rainey's constantly surrounded by timefall. But within a 1.5 meter radius of her body, a different kind of precipitation is observed. We call it core fall. Anything it touches is restored to an earlier state. In other words, it has the power to heal and repair, to counteract timefall's effects. Sadly, people only see the timefall and not the remarkable woman standing in the eye of the storm. Still no signs of growth?
I should be due any day now. If things were normal, that is. But the baby's still stuck at 7 months.
She has still baby syndrome. Have you ever heard of it?
Met a few preppers in Mexico that had something like that.
They're not isolated cases. Seems to be happening everywhere. Though who knows if it's a syndrome or a symptom of something else.
Simply put, the fetus stops growing in about 7 months. To be clear, it doesn't die, but it no longer moves, as if it's frozen in time. Several treatments, including C-sections, have been attempted. Unfortunately, removal from the womb invariably results in death. And while not all pregnancies are affected, it's yet another contributing factor to the already low birth rate. The Genetic Diversity Conservation Initiative just isn't enough to compensate.
You got any idea what's causing it?
There's speculation that it's due to an imbalance in the beach itself. I'm sure it's been explained to you before that countless individual beaches exist, a multiverse of beaches, so to speak, and that they are all governed by an upper beach on a higher plane. Expansion of the chiral network to cover the whole UCA may have inadvertently disrupted the link to that beach. Or so they think.
EB units were also 7-month-old fetuses. So it's not hard to believe that the beach might very well influence the unborns.
While I can offer you no concrete answer, I can state that the plan to extend the chiral network into the Australian continent, to take it worldwide, is also intended to help restore balance to the aforementioned upper beach. And in doing so, it is possible that we may resolve the issue of still baby syndrome.
Okay.
Destination. Unfortunately, no nearby facilities have the capacity to prepare the cargo, so it's going to be a long-distance delivery from West Fort Knott instead. Moreover, this request requires you to transport a large quantity of cargo. Careful consideration will need to be given to your route and your means of traversing it. You'll also need to think about what equipment you might need. Only then should you commit to a plan of action. Access the delivery terminal at West Fort Knott to pick up this main order. Oh, and the PHP Magellan can take you there, if need be. Just open your ring terminal and select chart course to request transport.
Ouais.
I've known Tarman for quite a while now, but that was the first time I've heard him speak about his son in that fashion. It made me wish that I could do something, anything to ease his burden. But setting aside those feelings, suppose that cat of his is in fact his son reborn. Why does it treat me as though I'm a threat? Does it just hate me? Reincarnation or not, perhaps it's still a cat at heart.
Oui, c'est bon, j'ai compris. Bon.
Hey, Sam, why don't you let the DHV Magellan take you to your next destination? Return to the ship and chart a course once you're safely aboard. You'll arrive in no time at all. Then again, if you walk there, it would give you the opportunity to pick up other orders.
Alors. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Alerte de crue. Ça c'est quoi? Piratage de boîtes de stockage mule. Ah ouais. Je voulais... Alors. Apparemment, il y a celui-là. Attends.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Order accepted. Thank you.
That's not it.
That was flying thing.
me dit d'aller récupérer, ok?
Should you encounter such a specimen, please secure and deliver them to the shelter facility or near facility. Your assistance is with your windshield.
Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility.
You waiting for it?
Send requests.
Alors, récupérer les boîtes de collecte.
Thanks for coming to visit us. Reviewing the order details. There's a little less here than I was expecting. Must have had a rough go of it. We have some data that we think you might like. Give it a look. We're upping the amount of materials you can take from our stores.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
This data we've shared with you is the schematic for a holo grenade you can use to conceal your presence. Just toss it somewhere you want to hide, then activate it to generate a hologram that'll fool just about anyone. You can shelter behind, or even inside this hologram if you like. Of course, it won't work if the enemy sees you while you're attempting to hide, but if you use these grenades wisely, you can remain undetected for ages. If you like the sound of that, enjoy.
Order completed. Well done.
Alors, attends, vas-y. Donc, moi, ce que je voudrais, c'est surtout... Bon, de toute façon, on continuera de là. La vidéo, elle commence à être assez longue. Donc, merci d'avoir regardé. Toujours un plaisir. N'oubliez pas de vous abonner, s'il vous plaît, pour la chaîne. Ça serait sympa. Et de faire tourner les vidéos. Et voilà. Merci. Et à la suite.